everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello,
I'm Michelle.
My name is Andi Ismail bin Idris.
I'm Ishale Anamalai.
I am 22 years old this year
I'm 20 years old.
I'm 25 this year.
and currently I am in my year 2 pursuing Bachelor's of Business Administration in Human Resource Management in International University of Malaya, Wales.
And I'm currently a student.
And I'm currently doing my degree in international business.
So this is my submission for bridging the gap between the youth and financial struggles.
So the first question is, what do you think about your financial situation/standing at the moment? Currently, my financial situation I would say is maybe adequate, concerning that I don't have any types of commitment in terms of maybe bills or even rents and others, as currently I am student and I am still living in my parents' home.
I feel like my financial situation at the moment is okay. It's pretty okay ever since I started internship because I've been getting allowance. But before I started internship, prior to my internship, I have been struggling financially.
Due to the pandemic, my financial is just okay. I mean, not so good and not so bad, and I'm in a normal stage.
Well, honestly, it's not that great. Come to think of it, COVID has already affected many of us. And it's not just us as individuals, but also the livelihood of our families and those around us. And it's a rippling domino effect where from one it affects another. So my current financial situation or standing at the moment is not great at all.
For the second question, are you currently facing any financial hardship? For God's grace, I'm not facing any financial hardship.
Personally, currently no, but previously yes. Prior to internship, yes. I have to point out the internship part because it's only been a month. I've only been getting my allowance a month, so I've only gotten to take a breather financially for a month.
No, currently I am not facing any financial hardship. The third question is your family facing any financial hardship and how does it affect you? My answer is no. Currently my family is not facing any financial hardship.
As I mentioned above, myself is not facing anything, and it same goes to my family as well.
Yes, my family has been facing financial hardship ever since I was 17 because that was when my mother had to quit her job because she was diagnosed with sleep disc, and my father is completely out of the picture. So my mother is like the sole breadwinner for our family. So we have been depending on her savings, but she also has side business to help support our family. Our main business is event management, but ever since COVID, you can see that event is not an industry that's thriving due to like the restrictions and everything. So yeah, we have been struggling quite a bit just to get by. How does it affect me? It affects me a lot, I guess, because I not only have to provide for myself, I have to try and find income to help provide for my family in a way. I already don't get allowance monthly. I have to find my own income to support myself and to pay my university installment because I took a PTPTN loan and only covers like a few percentage. It doesn't cover 100%, so the remaining balance I have to pay on installments. So yeah.
Yes, currently I'm facing financial hardship. Even though I'm a student, I have no form of income. I am wholly dependent on my family, and currently both my parents are retrenched. At the start of COVID, it started off with pay cuts and like to the point that it was almost 40% of both their pay, my mom and my dad, to the point that last year, it was my mom, she got retrenched first, and then my dad just a few months ago. So currently, yes, we're all facing financial hardship. It's really hard because from actually having a form of financial security despite my parents' initial pay cut to the point of actually going through financial insecurities right now, and I'm sure it happens to a lot of family and everything, is really taking a toll on my family personally because we have a lot of commitments and there's still dues to pay and everything, but there is no form of income. So yes, I am facing financial hardship. My family is, but I'm thankful for both my sibling, my older sister and my younger brother, because if it weren't for them, I think things would have been, I don't even want to imagine it, but it would have been a bigger life change transition than it is now. And right now also it's not settled. You don't feel safe. You're worried about it every day. And how does it affect me? Well, because I'm dependent on my family for allowance and everything, to get basic necessities and whatnot. So it affects me in that way where if I need to get something, I have to think twice. Actually, not even twice. I think like a lot, so much. And it affects you mentally, especially because you wake up and you see them worried and you go to sleep knowing that they're worried as well. Yeah, and there's a lot of readjustment, a lot of trying to pull your resources together and just making sure that okay, maybe I have this as a backup, maybe I have that. So for now we feel like it's breathable for a while, but again it doesn't really go that far. And a lot of it has to do with trying to find for opportunities and any other form of income that maybe we can start diving in. And yeah, it's like every day you just search and search and search, what can I do next? And on my part, it's also thinking like, what can I do to lessen their burden? What can I do to not having to take so much? And what can I do to make them feel less worried, make them feel less anxious? And yeah, it's a lot to take in day by day, because the worst part is when it affects you getting basic necessities. I mean, it's obvious. I can see my parents, they wanna give it, but they're unable to give it. So that's how it affects me. It's very mentally exhausting, and I can't imagine how it is for my father, especially because he was the breadwinner of our family, and now just trying to make each day go by smoothly for us to feel it's not that bad yet. Yeah.
Do you have any form of income? Yes, I do. I have several form of incomes actually, but it's all very like small, just enough to get by. One thing that's been constant is me working part-time in retail. That started when I first started my degree. And then I do dropship and agent for some brands, some products. And I also manage my own small business on the side. I have F&B. I also do small event management, like birthday parties, weddings, and also like crafts, pinatas, cheerleading bowls. But everything has been slow moving, if not stagnant, ever since COVID. So yeah, except for F&B though. So F&B is good.
No, I do not have any form of income, but I'm constantly searching and trying to find something that suits, juggling my studies and a side income.
Well, I don't have any sort of an income, but I do receive a monthly allowance from my family to keep track with my daily needs.
No, I don't have any form of income because I'm a full-time degree student. I'm just receiving my monthly pocket money from my parents. It's a usual thing.
Question number 5. Do you usually have money left at the end of the month? Well, this is pretty obvious, isn't it? No. I do not have any money left at the end of the month. How I live my day is mainly if you need something or whatnot, you try to, cut off somewhere else and then allocate some of that resources that you have to get what you need. Yeah, so it's a lot of readjusting, weighing in your options, thinking which one is more crucial, which one do I need now, and it's like as much as I really try, I try not to spend, not to have to use any amount of money besides necessities like food.
To be frank, I usually don't, but starting late 2020, I try to save up at least half of the monthly allowance that I receive for an emergency fund. Generally, it depends. If I have a certain types of goals that I want to achieve and it requires money, I would say that it would usually take me up weeks or maybe even months to prepare financially to achieve that certain goals that I want to achieve.
No, I do not have money. Previously, I do not have any money left at the end of the month. What I have to spend. It's only enough to get by, so I do not have any excess at the end of the month. But ever since I started my internship, I started earning. I will not say that I have any excess at the end of the month because I always set a limit to how much I can spend with the money that I earn. So I already put aside a portion of my money in the beginning before I start spending. So like I spend the amount that I can spend entirely.
Our next question, how far ahead do you like to plan financially? Oh god, it's very hard now. It's hard to see things in the long term and to plan it. So a lot of it is actually, I would say, a day-to-day basis. I plan day-to-day basis and I try to help my family to plan, to segregate, because it's so uncertain and there is no like fixed certain amount where okay we can spend this much. No, we have to just pull in what we have and then try to divide it and deal with what's more important first or vital, and the rest is like you come as you go, which is really a day-to-day basis.
Usually I won't plan much about it, but I will just plan a small budget for myself. For example, if I'm going out today and I'm having 100 ringgit, means I will just spend 50 ringgit from it. I will just keep all my receipts carefully, and once I back to home, I will recheck it like what I spent today and am I miss anything like that.
Usually I plan right before I get the expected income that I'm supposed to get. Like let's say I do like an event management, I'm expected to get a certain amount. I would plan how much I want to save, how much I want to spend, how much I want to give to my mother. Same goes to my internship allowance. So that's how I've been planning my financials.
The seventh question is, how financially literate are you? In terms of financially literate, I would say I am in the moderate level. I acquire a few set of financial skills, but I have yet to effectively enhance such skills. That includes like personal financial management, budgeting, or maybe even investing.
I can honestly say I am not well versed in financial literacy, besides the basics, but right now this situation has taught me that I need to find out more. I need to know what's out there. I need to think of ways that maybe we can multiply and like utilize the current resources we have and whatnot.
I'm quite financially literate in the sense of knowledge wise. I do have the basic knowledge of financial literacy, but practice wise not really, because I feel like we can all relate. We as students, we don't really have the capacity to practice what we know. Like we know we have to save, we know we have to invest a certain amount of money, but at this point we don't have that capacity yet.
For our last question, do you think financial literacy is an important life skill to be honed as a youth? Yes, it is very important. Extremely. Even before this whole COVID situation and like my family financial struggles, I was already aware of it and like practicing and like educating myself. But even more so now with COVID constantly impacting our livelihood and we don't know how long it's gonna be, we have to prepare ourselves ahead even more, because my family did not see ourselves in this situation and it just happened. So a lot of things can just happen instantly, and the next thing you know, it's like your life is flipped. You have to, learn how to cope. You have to learn how to deal. You have to manage yourself again. So there's a lot of learning to do, especially if it's like you don't have your own form of income and you actually depend on others. maybe acquiring that skills can actually help them indirectly, even if you can't earn any income, but still you're being supportive in trying to aid them.
My answer is yes. Financial literacy is the starting point of an individual's relationship with money, and it is a long-lasting journey. So the earlier an individual start, the better off the individual will be, as education is a fundamental key to positive outcome when it comes to money.
Yes, most definitely. Financial literacy is something that's very important because I feel like it's important because it safeguards your future, because you never know what's going to happen in 5 to 10 years. You might be living a stable life, or you might be going through a crisis similar to COVID or different. But either way, if you are financially literate, you know what to do with your money, you will be okay financially. So it is okay for us students now not to practice the financial knowledge that we have of saving and investing, diversifying our income. But it is important for us to know that we have to save, that we can invest, that we can diversify our income to help secure our future, to make sure that we have like a pillow to fall on. I don't know if that makes sense, if anything were to happen. So yeah, financial literacy is definitely an important life skill to be honed as a youth. That is for sure.
Absolutely yes, because once youth know proper money management skills, they tend to keep them and use them throughout their lives. Early financial literacy teaches the youngster how to have a good relationship with the money, an invaluable lifelong skill that won't ever be forgotten.
So that's all for me, and that's my honest, unfiltered answer for bridging the gap between the youth and financial struggle.
That's all for me. Thank you.
So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
So that's all from me. Thank you.